Hello and welcome to this demo video. Before we get started, I'd just like to explain to you a few things which will relate to all of the basic range spreadsheets. Number one, there is a key on the intro and setup tab of all of the spreadsheets showing what the different color headers mean. The blue headers mean that the cell's formulated, so it's locked and you can't change it. The yellow headers are where you can input data, and occasionally there might be some gray headers, which is just a different kind of data input, but we'll include instructions as and when that happens. The other thing that you can be aware of is there are ways in which you can damage the spreadsheet. So please do take a look at the link where you see this image, which will take you to a web page to show you how to better preserve your spreadsheet. Please feel free to keep a blank version of the spreadsheet somewhere, so that if you do mess up a spreadsheet that you're using, you can in fact just open a new one, a blank one. And some of the spreadsheets only last for a year, and then you've got a blank one to start the following year. So do keep a blank copy as a backup somewhere. And lastly, wherever you see this image, you can click on it. It'll take you back to the store where you purchased this product to see if you've got anything, any more products. One last thing, to see a demo video, you can click on this on a link that looks like this in order to go to the demo video, but that'll take you to the most recent demo. If in fact we've done upgrades and you're using an older version and you'd like to see the demo relating to your version, then do click on the watch on YouTube link, which will take you to that specific video on YouTube. So I think that's all you need to know. So without further ado, let's move on to this demo video. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the demo video for the mental well-being tracker. This is an unusual spreadsheet for me to make. It is not necessarily to do with business data, it's actually to do with you and how you're feeling. I know that mental well-being is a massive issue at the moment, and a lot of people, especially with their current conditions, not quite sure how they're kind of slipping downward on this downward spiral. And I wanted to try and create something that would help. Now, please note, this isn't a diagnosis. This is not a medical spreadsheet. It's not going to solve all your problems. It's not even going to tell you what's wrong with you. All it does, it's not even going to tell you even if there is something wrong or whatever. All it does is monitor your perception of your mental well-being from time to time. And I thought, because what often happens is people may be in a good state of mind, and then 6 months time you realize you're not in such a great place, and you wonder how you got from one to the other, because it's been a gradual progression. And what I wanted to do was try and make something where you could regularly put in how you're feeling in various areas, and then actually just see how it compares to where you were. So it's not necessarily saying anything's wrong, it's just saying, listen, you were doing this a lot more, now you're doing it a lot less, or whatever the case might be. And that's the whole plan behind it. So as it says here, if these graphs all go down, it doesn't necessarily mean there's a problem. Just find someone to chat to, a listening friend, a counselor, psychologist, doctor. You choose where you think you fit in on that. And even if you need to, you may not. This is just an indication of how you think you're feeling from time to time. So let me show you how it works. First of all, you can put your name in over here. It doesn't go anywhere other than on the spreadsheet. That's all you need to do to set up. Then what you can do is periodically answer the next question in the row. So as you can see, these three have been complete. I've already done them. This is the new one that I start now. So the new one will always turn this yellow color, this light yellow, like that where it says new. Once it's done, it'll turn blue. And as you can see, you can't see what the previous answers were. And I've done that on purpose because I didn't want you to be able to look at the last ones and give an answer. So all you do is go through. First things, put in the dates. If you put in the date as the 4th of December, it now says in progress and they all turn green. So now you just have to complete the green ones. So it says for activity, for example, think how active you've been recently or since the last time you completed the spreadsheet. This could mean any exercise, even walking the dogs or walking to the shops. Now what you need to do is go none, very little, little, moderate, more, much more, or obsessed. Now obviously none could potentially spell a problem if you're doing that long term, and obsessed, we're talking about an unhealthy obsession. So you can tick any of these things basically from none all the way to obsessed. So I'm just going to pick some random ones here. As you go down, this is for giving. Think of how much you've given recently. It could be money, time, consideration, compassion, anything, even to any other people or animals. And think about connections. What connections have you had with people? This could be from chatting with loved ones to even, talking to a postal worker as they drop off your mail, anything. Think of things that happen to you, become aware of. Number 4 is awareness. For example, a bird call that you noticed, or some positive realizations, an action, event, or anytime you've noticed something new or stop to have a look at something that's interests you. Think about that, and then obviously how frequently have you noticed this? Answer the question. Learning, think of things you learned recently, anything from studying to something new in your field, to a new skill, or even expanding a skill, even something like cooking a new meal or watching a documentary. Let's say a little. And then additional, there are 2 final questions. And have you found yourself wanting to be alone more often than usual? You can go yes or no. And it says, have you found yourself avoiding social circumstances or doing things that you should more often than usual? You can say no. And as soon as you finish, they all turn blue. It says complete. It hides your answers, and then it gives you the next one for next time. And that's all you do. You keep going along answering them. It goes up to 60. So you can do this quite a few times. 60 times, and then the spreadsheet runs out. You can start a new one. And that's all you do. You can do it as often as you want to. You can do it every week. You can do it every month. You can do it every few days. Whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it as regularly as you want to. And then all it does is it goes to the report and it updates. So your overview shows you your exercise, activity and exercise, giving, connections, and so on. It shows you what your score is here. It also shows you what your last score was. It also shows you what your first score was, and it shows you how it's progressed. So your score now is moderate, for example, in the giving. It was little, it was moderate, so moderate to moderate it stayed the same, and little to moderate it's gone up from the last check to this one. Other possible concerns, these were the 2 things I answered no to. If you answered yes to it, it would just highlight those things just to tell you what it was that you said yes to. And then your report breakdown, it gives you the activity and exercise. Now you can see it's dropped quite drastically there. The reason why it shows drastically is because I did this report last time. I think it was the 1st of December. Now I'm doing on the 4th of December. That's why it shows a sudden downward turn. But this one here, I did it 1st of Feb. I did the last one, and then 1st of December. So because this was a long period of time, it's stretched over a long time, and because this was short, it's dropped down quite drastically because I did the last one of these tests a few days ago. So these dates here will adjust according to how long you wait between the tests. So it'll keep it in kind of in date it'll keep it proportionate to the date range that you've had. Put it that way. So you can see your activity and exercise. You can see your giving. Here's the average as well. So my average is moderate throughout. You can see the average. Here's the connections. You can see it was an issue. Now it's dropped down. Here, this is for the awareness, learning and experience, and other possible concerns have gone from 1 down to nothing. So this one you want it to be at the bottom. Anything in extreme bottom or top, again, if it just jumps in there for a little while and comes out, that's fine. If it stays in the extreme top or bottom, it may be an issue. But even so, as it says down at the bottom here, these results only show you a change in behavior which could indicate a change in your mental well-being. Please don't take this as a diagnosis. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. I have spoken to a psychologist about the questions to ask and how to do this, but I'm not a psychologist, and the spreadsheet's not doing any fancy formulas in the background. It's literally just tracking what you said at what time. So if you do notice any of these graphs consistently dropping, that may be something that you need to address. How you do so is completely up to you, and I just want this to be a tool that can help you to spot if things are, dropping on a long-term basis. If it's kind of very slowly things are going down, hopefully this will help you to pick that up just by answering these questions honestly every so often, and then just having a look and seeing what your graphs are doing. This doesn't go anywhere. It's not on the internet. No one sees it. You can delete it. It's gone, or you can keep it, use it. And I just really hope that helps you. And if this does pick something up and you think there's concern, please do talk to someone. Otherwise, I wish you all the best, and I hope that you get lots of use out of the spreadsheet. Thank you and goodbye.